Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 2. In this lesson, we are going to focus on the writing of a discussion essay. But before we begin this lesson, I would like to clarify a few things about Task 2. Remember, you only have 40 minutes to write your Task 2. You should write over 250 words. Aim for between 255 to about 285 words, thereabout. Do not write more than 290 words, for example, because one, you don't have a lot of time. You only have 40 minutes. Number two, the more you write, the higher the chance is that you will make a lot of mistakes. So try and stick to about 255 to about 290 words, thereabout. The next thing that is important to remember is that IELTS Writing Task 2 is worth about 66% of your total writing marks. Now, you will be marked on your task response, your coherence and cohesion, your vocabulary, and your grammar. The academic writing task 2 is a formal essay, and you could get different types of essays. For example, an opinion essay, a discussion essay, an advantage, disadvantage essay, direct questions, and so on. The general training writing task 2 is the same as the academic IELTS. The essay is written in exactly the same way, and the scoring is exactly the same. The only difference is that the general training essay questions are often easier and the topics are simpler. All the words for your writing task 2 will be counted, even the small or repeated words. Now, we have all the information about writing task 2, so let's get into our question. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to write the introduction of our discussion essay. But first, let us look at the question. The question is, some people think that men and women have different qualities. Therefore, certain jobs are suitable for men and some for women. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to teach you how to write the main body of this discussion essay and the conclusion. So once you have watched this video, then click on the next video on how to write the main body and the conclusion of this discussion essay. Now, this discussion essay is a band 9. So make sure you look at how to write the introduction and the main body and the conclusion in the next video. So, this statement by IELTS is arguing that some people think that men and women have different qualities, and therefore, because men and women supposedly have different qualities, certain jobs are only suitable for men and some of them are for women. Now, you're supposed to discuss both sides, which means that you're supposed to agree and you're supposed to disagree. And then you give your opinion. Now, when it comes to the introduction, the examiner is marking two things. The first thing that the examiner is marking is the background statement. Now, what is the background statement and how are you supposed to write it? Your background statement is simply a paraphrase of IELTS statement, meaning that you should rewrite the statement that IELTS has given you, rewrite it in your own words, but you must retain the meaning. So rewrite the statement that IELTS has provided you with, in your own words, but ensure that the meaning is the same. You can change the form of some words if you wish. Okay? So, your background statement is simply a paraphrase of the IELTS statement that you have right there with you in the exam room. Okay? Now, how do we write it? So, we need to look at IELTS statement and we need to find word synonyms for the words that are in the statement. So, let us begin. Some people think that, okay? So, I have to rephrase that. I have to paraphrase that. I have to say that in a different way. Some people think that. I have replaced that with, it is considered by some that. It is considered by some that. That statement means exactly the same as some people think that. It is considered by some that. Okay? So remember that. Replace some people think that with, it is considered by some that. Now let's move on. Men and women have different qualities. Okay? Men as well as women. So instead of writing men and women, I replace that with men as well as. As well as means the same as and. Now, men and women, that we must not replace because a man is a man, a woman is a woman, okay? If you replace that, you will change the meaning of the statement. So, men and women becomes men as well as women. Let's move on. Have different qualities. Instead of writing have different qualities, I replace that with possess varied characteristics. Possess means have. They possess, they have. Varied replaces different. Instead of saying different qualities, I say varied characteristics. Remember, this is a band 9 essay, okay? Instead of saying different, I say varied, okay? Instead of saying qualities, I say characteristics. Now, then there is a second part of the statement. Therefore, I replace that with for that reason, okay? Therefore, it becomes for that reason. And then we have certain jobs. I replace that with specific professions. Okay, certain means the same as specific. And instead of jobs, I replace that with professions. And then we have are suitable. I replace that with are inappropriate. Okay, are inappropriate for. Instead of writing men and some women again, I replace that with for particular genders. So I replace the word some with particular. And then instead of writing men and women again, I write genders. Okay? Because with genders we have male and female, men and women. So that is how you paraphrase the statement that IELTS has provided you with by ensuring that you find word synonyms, but remember, you must retain the meaning of your paraphrase statement and the statement that you have been provided with by IELTS. The meaning must be exactly the same. Now, you notice that I have one sentence. Your background statement can be just one sentence. I mean, you can write 2 sentences if you want, but one sentence is more than enough. Okay? Just use connectors and linking words, or connectors or linking words as we call them. So in my case, I have used and, I have used as well as, I have used for that reason. Okay. It is considered by some that men as well as, women as well as means the same as well as women do possess varied characteristics, and for that reason, I have replaced therefore. In the IELTS statement, they have therefore. I replace that with and for that reason. Okay. Certain jobs become specific professions, are inappropriate for particular genders, are suitable for men and women. Okay. So that's how you write your background statement. Now let's move on to the second thing that the examiner is looking for in your introduction, and that is the thesis statement. Now, what is a thesis statement? What are you supposed to put there? Now, in your thesis statement, you're supposed to clarify, do you agree or do you disagree? Because remember, IELTS question is discuss both sides and give your opinion. So, in the thesis statement, you state your opinion. You state your opinion. You make it very clear what your opinion is on the statement that IELTS has provided you with. State your opinion. If you agree, say that you agree and say the reason. If you disagree, then disagree and give your reason. Now, when it comes to the thesis statement, we always begin with in my opinion, because in the thesis statement, you state your opinion. So you begin it by writing the connector or the linking word in my opinion, or you can use in my view. Okay, in my opinion or in my view. I believe that. So I've made it very clear to the examiner. I'm going to let you know what my opinion is. In my opinion, I believe that anyone can do any job regardless of whether they are male or female. Gender does not determine your personality at all. In my opinion, I believe that. Okay, you should borrow that phrase when you're writing your discussion essay. Okay, when you're writing your thesis statement. In my opinion, I believe that. And then you write what you believe. In my case, in regards to this statement, I believe that anyone can do any job, regardless of whether they are male or female. Gender does not determine your personality at all. That is my personal opinion on the statement that IELTS has provided me with. I believe that anyone can do any job, okay? It doesn't matter whether you're a man or whether you're a woman. Your gender does not determine your personality, okay? It doesn't mean that you have certain character traits. Like, for example, it doesn't mean that because you're a man, you're kind. And because you're a woman, you can be kind whether you're a man or a woman. Okay? So gender does not determine your personality at all. And for that reason, I believe that anyone can do any job regardless of whether they are male or female. Because remember, my opinion is the opposite of the statement that IELTS has provided me with, because the statement that IELTS has provided me with is arguing that men and women have different qualities, and because they have different qualities, certain jobs are suitable for men and certain jobs are suitable for women. But I'm arguing that I don't think that men and women have different personalities. Okay, your gender does not determine what sort of qualities or what sort of personalities, character traits that you have. Okay, and therefore I have rephrased that in my thesis statement, because in my thesis statement I have to clarify my opinion. Okay, so I begin my thesis statement with the connector, in my opinion, I believe that. Okay, so I'm responding directly to IELTS statement and I'm disagreeing with it. Okay, I'm making it very clear to the examiner, I do not agree with this statement. I believe that anyone can do any job regardless of whether they are male or female. And that is because gender does not determine your personality at all. Okay, so that's how you write a band 9 introduction for your discussion essay. Now, this brings me to the next section where I'm going to remind you just a few tips to ensure that your introduction for your writing task 2 is going to give you a very high band. Remember, when it comes to the background statement, just write 1 to 2 sentences. 1 sentence is enough. All you have to do is paraphrase the statement that is given to you by IELTS and ensure that it has the same meaning, but to use your own language. You are allowed to change the form of some words, but as you saw in my case, some words you do not replace them, like men and women. Now, the next thing I'm going to point out is, please don't copy IELTS statement and put it in your background statement. Do not copy it. IELTS will not accept it as your own because it is not yours. It belongs to IELTS. So in your background statement, do not copy IELTS statement, okay? Now, the other thing that I would like to point out is that ensure that your word count is above 250 words and do not write more than 290 words, for example. That is too long. The more you write, the higher the chance of you making that you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Furthermore, you don't have the time to do that. Okay? Now, in general, your introduction should be between 35 words to about 55 words, okay? 35 to around 55 words is more than enough. And then you can write the rest of the words in your main body and in your conclusion, okay? Now, feel free to move on to the next video after you have watched this one, where I'm going to teach you how to write the discussion essay in regards to the main body and the conclusion. Remember, your discussion essay, your writing task 2 should have 4 paragraphs, not more. Your introduction, which we have right here, and as you can see, our introduction here is made up of 3 sentences, okay? Not more, 3 sentences. In the background statement, I have 1 sentence. In the thesis statement, I have got 2 sentences. So your introduction should be 2 to 3 sentences, not more than that. After you have done that, then you write the main body. In the main body, you have 2 more paragraphs, and then you have the conclusion. So 4 paragraphs, introduction, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and then you have the last paragraph, which is the conclusion. Now, if you're going to be sitting for your IELTS writing task in the very near future, I wish you all the best. Remember, all you have to do is practice. Please watch my videos on writing task 1 as well. That will really help you, that will really benefit you. And watch the videos on writing task 2. In the very first video, I talked about how to write an opinion essay. And now you have a discussion essay, okay? I wish you all the best. If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share the video on all your social media platforms. Remember, sharing is caring. That is why I shared this video with you. So please share it with other people. That will make our world a better place. Now, thank you very much for watching and see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.